All right, we have 1 hour to review. We're gonna do the most meta thing of all time, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna make an MSI tier list. We're gonna make a tier list of the tier lists at MSI. We're gonna use the Pedro People page because they've collected a lot of ones. We're gonna check out this Kitty video. We're gonna check out this Team Liquid video. And then we're gonna check out this K-Drew video. So D stands for Doublelift. I think it's important. It's like Doublelift apologized. He said it wasn't so serious. It wasn't too deep. He was just making like spontaneous content on stream. I want to make sure that everyone, gets an opportunity to, change their tune. Like anyone that changes tune admits the mistake. I think we live in a world where people hold on to things too much. So we will name the tier after him, but we'll also give him a shout out, for taking ownership. Let's start with this.
So
every other MSI tier list made me mad. I'm taking offense to this, Kitty. I am taking personal offense to this. I am a part of the every other here.
I'm
so toxic.
The biggest aneurysm.
Biggest ego of all time.
Creator LLL Loud at an international event. They kind of get fisted by either playing PSG or yeah.
Oh, she's doing a mistake here. Never talk about teams you don't know much about. Just pounce and move on. Pounce and move on. Say, I didn't watch this league too much. It's not too interesting. They need to convince me to watch the league.
Sorry, I'm gonna put Estral. I don't know.
Okay, based.
I'm sorry.
That's a good
Moving
move.
on, I think
Good move.
The middle of the
Oh, she's pulling a double lift. She's pulling a double lift. Now I'm joking. She's pulling a double lift. I watched FlyQuest get fisted in the finals. I think FlyQuest better than PSG. Let's get to the
Told him about.
Let's get to the deep.
Say that top esports is the same skill level as G2. That is just the most fraud shit I've ever heard from the West. They need to shut up, okay? G2 literally shit themselves like 50% of the time. Top esports is
G2 literally shit themselves 50% of the time. Damn.
definitely better than G2 because they are more consistent. And by more consistent, I think their bottom lane is more consistent. You don't catch Mako going 0-10. And Tian,
oh, damn, Mickey!
Days, but he also carries really hard. And then you also have 369. You have to think about it like this. BB probably will be able to get an advantage against
fucking 369, innit? Never played through bottom side. What the hell?
So he might shit the bed where he underperforms, and Caps is expected to perform with his resume. I think Caps should still have the veterancy compared to some 19-year-old that is going to shit himself because he's going to MSI for the first time.
Bro, a lot of people are shitting themselves.
Better than G2. That is the main point and the main reason why I wanted to make this list. I'm sorry, I love you, G2, but this is just the reality. You're not.
No, like her assessment, her positioning, I don't disagree with it. I just disagree with the G2 point though. Like I do think that G2 do like, I think in the games where they do get ahead early, it is through bottom side. Otherwise, Caps carries games because he has better side understanding together with his team. They just have better macro than most in the LEC, right?
But the reality is that T1 is still behind in practice, and they're not good enough, in my opinion, to win MSI. And also, I thought T1 drafts were really cracked. You can take it either as a good way or a bad way. I'm gonna put T1 in the top esports category.
Okay.
That also goes into the next conversation. Gen G nearly lost against T1. If Zeus was literally not pooping his diapers, I think T1 could have won against Gen G. That's the problem. If Zeus is a human, then Gen G would have lost. I'm really struggling to think
so
Gen G would be above T1. I would honestly rate them as
worse than me and Dom and Gilliams, bro.
Even, T1 wins the series.
Just get a base.
The draft is bad. If Base is not playing like a human, the draft is good. Like, you won't have the best of both worlds. I would put Gen G the same tier list as T1 and top esports. Okay. So now here's the problem. Is BLG the definite winner for MSI for me? If you think about it, top esports played BLG in the LPL quarterfinals. Was it quarterfinals? Semifinals? I don't remember which one. It was a best of 5 before the finals in spring, and Top Esports lost 2-3. So BLG nearly lost against Top Esports. Top Esports nearly won. They get their rematch against BLG in the spring finals, and BLG completely fisted Top Esports. Let's be real though for a second. For anyone that watched the LPL finals, I did. Top Esports should have at least won 2 games. No, Top Esports should have won 1 game. It was the game that Jackie Love was playing Senna, and they should have won that game, but Jackie Love threw the game by flashing in. But you can also make the same argument that BLG definitely should have won the game where On was inting his fucking tits off as Callisto.
On played good that game. No, On played good that game. On played good.
6 or something. No matter the scoreline, it would have always been a 3-1, because if Top Esports wins the first one, then BLG wouldn't troll the third one, and they would have won the whole series 3-1. The Top Esports is definitely
tits off.
BLG. But then,
Kitty tier list, honestly, I think in terms of the placings, pretty solid. Some of the arguments, pretty damn solid. I thought her views on G2 were kind of strange. They were kind of strange, but I think in terms of the placings, I think that they are relatively healthy. I think I have my personal opinion. I don't rate PSG that high. I think that PSG's macro is kind of like outdated, but they do play collectively. I think this is a solid A. This is a solid A here. A solid A, good commentary, very charismatic commentary, a lot of pants shitting, but we give Kitty a solid A. It's a good baseline, you know, solid stuff. Solid stuff. We went from we haven't watched GAM to D tier, but it is what it is. This is just I recommend people to be careful with teams that they haven't watched. Learn some memes, you know?
Okay, let's make a bet then. If EST takes a game off of T1, I get $100. I'm sorry.
That is a terrible bet. I say straight off the bat, it's a best of 3. He's betting that he's gonna, like, that EST is gonna take a game off of T1.
Hi guys, this is CoreJJ and then Team Nikit Honda here. And we're gonna rate every MSI team's tier list.
I put C,
Flank has C.
and Liquid B.
Oh, they're being honest.
Okay, Astral is the next one. LLA.
Yeah, E.
E.
All right, we're not getting any reasons.
No,
Yeah.
they're for sure.
Yeah.
What about Loud?
I think Loud and
Loud is not
Astral.
bad.
Loud is not bad.
Loud is like,
Did you watch Loud games?
No.
yes.
Loud is not bad.
I think Loud is.
They screamed against Loud, maybe.
And then I think GAM is also somewhat
Ooh.
there.
Can we put them in S+?
It's so hard to judge GAM because like BCS just went like speaking in Kitty language, like PCS shat themselves. Like PCS is like a BCS, sorry, they shat themselves with the fucking 40 players getting suspension. This is the thing that you do when you're on a team, you know? It's like you can't put them higher than you because odds are if you face up against each other, like you need to have the confidence that you can beat them. So you need to be, you know, you need to be pretty, let's say, not delusional, but you need to be confident in your placement of G2 because that's the direct competitor of the ground you can gain here at this tournament. If I'm in Team Liquid's position, I put G2 next to us too. That's what I'm saying.
BDS didn't want to boom. I don't think they should be here.
Yeah, BDS is better.
I think BDS is better, so I would put FlyQuest better.
Damn! He thinks BDS is better.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but there's been a lot of drama. Pick carefully. Pick carefully between the LPL and LCK teams,
And
guys.
then don't say
Oh!
don't say something if you guys haven't watched it, their game.
Yeah.
Bro, it's a generational meme, guys. It's a generational
I'm
meme.
Korean. I cannot say anything about this.
Shut up, man.
Sorry.
Before we get some drama.
Okay, I think BLG, that's plus.
Yeah, I like BH most.
Yo, behind Gam, man.
Yeah, behind Gam.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Genji, S.
S?
BH, yeah.
S. Don't get me wrong, I think they're good. but I think BLG is better.
He's saying he's
Yeah,
gonna
but
beat
I'm not
Shobi.
saying we should put them in S.
No, I put S plus.
I put S
I would
plus.
put S plus too.
I think BLG will beat Gen G because of bot lane gap as well.
TS, A tier,
A tier.
T1 S tier.
Is TS that?
Okay.
TS, G2. I mean, I think it's hard to decision because like G2 always do something random to like lanes up.
I think TS on paper should be better, but I think G2 is like in punching range of them.
Mm.
Also, if I had to rate Gam, I put them above Loud.
Guys, what can I say is like without Impact and me, you guys should put the Gam at S
you guys
plus.
should decide that.
Yeah, like I can put him at E, like, but you guys cannot.
Put them S plus.
Yeah,
D,
you-
D, D. It doesn't look.
Bro, how nice must it be for Appa that people are speaking English around him?
Can make sense
God bless, man.
since they were two most dominant.
He gets to be involved, you know? He gets to hang out.
Top of S. I don't think they're S plus.
For what reason?
I think their
Why?
bot lane was not holding up, even though
Oh.
What about Kill bot lane is good?
BLG bot lane was insane. I think Gen G bot lane was not
No,
insane.
what about
I think to be S plus, you have to have 5 S plus players.
what
Well,
about
actually, I
And
can
Gen
agree
G
a little
is
bit.
S plus, Chovy,
I,
Keen?
Keen.
Canyon?
okay.
Canyon?
Are we playing Pace S plus?
Yeah.
S.
Why are you making
I
so
think
much?
he's S. I think they're top of S.
When I watched finals, like Peyton's form was like performance like not very great, like HLE, but like when he against the
Like
HLE.
the T1 bot lane was gapping Gen G all 5 games pretty much.
But actually,
Actually, it's not. It
Based.
literally is was the-
yo, APA is kind of based, bro. APA kind of slinging dick, man.
I
Pretty
mean, they're
based.
not As coordinated as a BLG
Oh, yes.
between jungle and support.
I'm not confident about them including jungle, like Gen G, not because I think Kenny's bad, but just because the picks he was playing, like Kha'Zix. I'd be scared if we have Kha'Zix versus like Elclusion.
Yeah, guys, I think
You're just getting Dove and repeat bot lane.
now we are being serious. Let's do the Roxy paper.
His Lucian looked good. But Cram's Azir was not the Chobi's Azir.
yeah, this can be too.
I think
I mean-
if you watch his Lucian
I watched his Lucian.
versus Krem's
Yeah.
Azir, he completely outplayed the Azir.
I mean,
Wait,
it's so easy.
we are calling cream creme? Am I the only one that calls him cream? I think this is reasonable. This is reasonable.
Right.
I think they are doing predictions now. We are not so interested in that. But let's just let's assess this. I think the reasonings of APA. I think that he was throwing some base shit. I think also from Impact side to want to play G2 next to them. I think is reasonable too. I think that I would consider Top Esports as a favorite against G2. If there's a team that G2 could upset Window, I think that it could be, of course, you know, G2. Moment of truth, ladies and gentlemen. Team Liquid. Honestly, boom. This is an S tier. S tier. I think that they were spitting. They were actually spitting. I think that in regards to how they reached some of their assessments, I think that they were spitting, man. I think that APA, very obvious, he's watching the leagues. I appreciate that, you know, I really like and appreciate the honesty surrounding their own placement too. I think that's what moves them from an A to S, because it's a teammate, player-made one. So we are going to put them in S. This is General Sniper's top lane tier list. He just has a top lane tier list just like that, dry. He wants to do what Coach JJ and Impact have done for the region, but in different ways. Different ways. I think the interesting thing here, yeah? The interesting thing here is that Bin managed to slip to B, right? Bin managed to fall down to B. That's the only one that I'm looking at here, you know? And Bin this has been one of the weaker splits, you know? This has been one of the weaker splits of Bin. So I can see a world where there's an argument to remove him out of this top 4 sphere, right? So I don't think that part is completely crazy. He's repping his homies, Impact and Coach JJ, Impact and Bwipo, sorry. He, of course, General Sniper got smoked by the two of them, you know? Like I saw what Bwipo did to him. So I think this is just the lasting effect of the wounds that he's licking. But of course, homies in the chat, he's not being serious, right? He's being serious, he did it for troll. He's just vibing, you know? He's just vibing. You guys know my top, my player tier list. I did put 369 above. I put 369, Keen, Zeus, Bin, Zeus. That's my ordering, and that's it. You know, General Sniper, you're in the double lift tier. So this, like, without any bias, right? Obviously, this tier list is just a masterpiece. I think this tier list is the only one that has a true perspective on the separation between the West and the East. And I think that people should take inspiration from this list more frequently. I think it would go a long way. I think it would be annoying to put this tier list in the tier list maker, because I would just have to add another tier above Team Liquid, and that would be S+. One thing that I could say, right, is that I think there could be a world where you move Top Esports down to A, but I think that they've been good enough throughout the whole split to put them in S as well, next to the homies. But I do think that there's a gap between the West and the East, meaning LPL and LCK, and before proven otherwise, I need to know what's up. But this particular playlist from a person who will not be named, we're not going to, of course, put that into here, right? All right, let's move on to the next one. Pedro Pipos, thank you. Who's this? This is Yankos. Yanko S. All right, so Yankos, without any major reasoning, let's find a nice picture of Yankos. Without any major reasoning, he basically made the point that I made about the previous list. He just moved Top Esports down, but he also agrees that there is a pretty big gap between the West and the East, and he puts Fnatic, Team Liquid, and FlyQuest in the same order that I have. But a crucial detail here is that he puts Genji above Bilibili. So one of the arguments someone can make for Genji over Bilibili is that Chovy, Canyon, Keen are in immaculate form, but their bot lane just doesn't speak volumes enough for me, you know? They don't speak volumes enough for me, and I don't think Chovy will necessarily like overpower Knight in a way that he can do against other mid laners, because I do think that Knight is the second best player coming into this tournament. But of course, we shall see. So a little beautiful picture of Yanko S. I still think, generally speaking, you know, without hearing the reasonings, and I'm putting the reasoning in everyone's mind through, we're going to put him on an A. I think it's hard for me to say a world where Genji is above Bilibili. It's hard for me to believe in that world. But I think the detail of putting Top Esports one layer down from T1 is interesting, you know? It's interesting. I think that's an angle. I think there's an analytical angle there. Let's take a look at this one. Who's this? This is Gilius. Gilligan. Gilligan pretty much has FlyQuest on C. FlyQuest on C. Not a believer in Inspired and Whippo, the squad, after their finals against Team Liquid. Puts PSG above Fnatic and Team Liquid. So the angle here for Gilius is, I imagine that he believes that when PSG is going to face up against FlyQuest, that FlyQuest is going to lose. I personally am not a big believer in PSG. I don't think that they are strong laners. I think that they are good team fighters and they play in a streamlined way. But I think that this is where I think players like Inspired and Whippo will just kind of take over. And I don't think the rest of the FlyQuest players are going to get punished. But Gilligan here, he is going for the angle where he believes in a PSG making it through and North America down. Mbappe angle. Gilligan, I'll give him an A. I'll give him an A here. Next to the homies, I'll give him an A. Bilibili, this is treats. Bilibili Genji, Top Esports over T1, G2 and Team Liquid on the same level. So let's try to think of it, right? It's like, let's say you don't believe in the intangibles of G2. It's like Caps' form has been immaculate. I think Caps in himself right now puts them above Team Liquid, right? I think Team Liquid is a good cohesive team, but I feel like they don't have enough flair to get their foot through the door against the best of the best. That's my main concern for them. I think that they were the best team, but I don't think they consist of the best players, right? I think that G2 currently will mop the floor with Team Liquid. We saw that scrim leak, not that it matters. I mentioned it either way because someone will, so I can be first. I do think that if Team Liquid managed to beat G2, I think that would be a major upset. And I think seeing a list like this, I think that it implies that it wouldn't be, right? I think it wouldn't be. The same way NRG beating G2 last year, was a major upset. And I think that the result in itself can change how we view the matchup ahead of time. Because truthfully, I do think that G2 is much better than Team Liquid. And the reason we make these assessments, right? The reason we have these conversations, these assessments, is because we want to create a very good record and we want to praise moments of time and celebrate moments of times when people manage to, of course, swing up. But in regards to the rest of the tier list, we have B tier, C tier, FlyQuest is dropping down. Top esports above T1, interesting. That's the only first time we see this take. I don't know if it's like in order or whatever. Top esports of the T1, I think, I think there's a world where that can be true. I just think stylistically T1 matchup. I feel like T1 can enact their strengths against a top esports. And I think the main thing is, the question is that, can 369 and T1 just drag Zeus through the dirt, T1 is a tricky team. They are really, really a tricky team. All right, let's see what's next. This is C9 Jojo Pune. So he loves Chovy, and he doesn't love Faker enough to put Team Liquid and FlyQuest above. Obviously, Jojo Pune needs to protect his own ego here, guys. He needs to protect his own ego here, and he needs to put the teams that beat him high up in the standings because they are repping it, Like, these teams beat me, so obviously they are better than everyone, It's, of course, a meme. He put all the North American teams there. He beat my Lions that World Championship, but no one seems to mention that Fnatic beat them with a sub. Mazel tier list. He hates Fnatic. He hates Fnatic. Just straight up hates Fnatic. That is crazy. This has some heat at least. So we have Genji, Bilibili, T1, top esports, top end, makes sense, everything fits. G2, he put FlyQuest ahead of G2. That is straight up K-Kona. The thing is, I know sometimes casters do this thing where they do a little bet. When I say they do a little bet, it's like they put themselves in a position, all right? They put themselves in a position where no one's gonna remember this man's tier list. But if FlyQuest, for some reason, upset G2, he's gonna look like the GOAT. So this is a K-Kona little under bet, a little under bet, because this playlist is cheap. This one is cheeky. It goes viral. When my tier lists are wrong, I get YouTube comments in many different languages about how I should sit on a pointy spike. So I can appreciate the sentiment here, but honestly, in my mind, I think putting G2, FlyQuest, and Team Liquid in the same brackets, I think is a bit of a war crime. So I admire the angle. I admire the angle, but it ain't the angle. I see you. All right, let's continue. Who's this? Renato Chacarez. Well, what's he rating them by? Jersey or what? Oh, it is fucking alphabetical order. It is alphabetical order. That was the hidden code. That was the hidden code in the position. So let's pull up a picture of Chacarez. All right, it was the hidden little cheeky one. It was the hidden cheeky one. Molecules top lane tier list. 369 first, Zeus, and then we have Bin, Keen. All right. This is just a player tier list. I have a soft spot for Whip, but I think Whip can move up. I think the ordering here, I think Keen deserves more props, man. He deserves more props. This is an interesting player. Kiaya is kind of cool. Ozzy as well. Let's see what's up. You know, let's see what's up. I think Robo's not good, man. I do think that the order of this should change. I think that Keen has had a very, very good split and he deserves props. And, you know, like he shouldn't be a victim in terms of judging his play based off of just happening to be playing with a Chovy that is a monster, you know, because Bin got away with a lot more, you know. Great. Shun Canyon. Damn, he put Inspired over Owner? No way! That is crazy talk. So, I'm gonna do the advocate thing, all right? I'm gonna understand the angle. So I have to say, what Inspired has above these three, he is more consistent. He is more consistent. And maybe this is something that he appreciates. He is more consistent. So, Tian has stinkers, all right? Tian has stinkers. Razork has stinkers, and so does Owner. But I think that Owner is so fucking mechanically talented and so clutch consistently, and he has to play, of course, the cleanup crew for T1. I do think the only angle, right? The only angle that you can play with here for Inspired, because he's a damn good player, is that he is more consistent than these three. I think Tian had a couple of rough games, right? Especially in the finals. But Tian had overall a pretty solid split, you know? I think Tian is being done dirty. Like Top Esports had a very good split, guys. I think that Inspired is not consistently like mediocre. I think that's like a pretty trash take, you know? Let's continue. Chovy, Knight. Oh, I would put Cream over Humanoid. I put Cream over Humanoid, but Chovy 1, Knight 2, Faker 3, Caps 4. Humanoid is a player with a very high ceiling, so you can appreciate that, right? But I think Cream is underrated here. I think Cream over the next couple of years will become one of the best mid laners. But coming into this, being his first international, I think that, you know, it is what it is, you know? I would put Humanoid here, and I would move Cream up. Quote me on this, Cream is going to have a stinker? Could be, but I still think Cream over time will be one of the best players, best mid laners. Elk on top, based and true. Gumayushi over Jakilov. We've had this conversation many times, understandable. Pace, I do think Pace is above a little bit here, and I do think that Hansama is above the rest in the West. It's like Noah, I think also is above Yeon, but like Yeon has some champions where he does well on. I think that if you want to criticize Noah, it's like Noah had a trajectory. I think that over time he played better and better. But if you look at Noah's worst games, I can understand why someone would want to put him below Leon. Yeon improved a lot. And he had some decent games, but I do feel like 80 carry is very, very, you know, weak in North America, in my opinion. All right, supports. On is so good. On is so good. Internationally recognized. On is so damn good. We have Kiria, Meiko, all right, Lehens and Jun, and Mickey is next to Busio. Like this looks aesthetically strange. But once again, like if you want to play the angle of why he did it, it's like maybe he doesn't think Mickey played a good split. But it's like Mickey coming into the tournament, I'm not gonna fucking sell him out. I'm not going to. Like I'm putting Mickey higher, you know? I'm putting Mickey higher and that's it, you know? So who's this? This is G2's MSI. Lane S plus swap. Solid. They are solid. Honestly, Drenchi Bilibili, good effort. You're solid. T1 Top Esports above average. Mathematically, they are above average. Yeah. It's not untrue. Like, let's be honest. So they are solid and they are above average mathematically in this tournament. We have Mbappe Tierlist, and then wildcards. They put the old Fnatic logo. But tell me the old Fnatic logo doesn't look like some dude in a trench coat just showing his dick. Like how who designed this, bro? Like, who designed this? It's crazy that no one realized for like 10 years. Obviously, there's S tier stuff. Molecule, like this he was trying a little bit too hard to be eccentric in my mind, you know. I try to justify his positions because we only have pictures, but keep in mind these are not my justifications. I'm trying to just see the angle of why anyone would ever do it, right? So I'm putting him in B tier there on that. All right, use tier list can win. So this is an LPL insider that does translations. Bilibili can win, have the chance to do the funniest thing ever. Like if Genji won, is that really the funniest thing ever? Great at playing around Baron. Great at throwing Baron. Better cameraman. Cameraman. Please beat top esports again. Oh, Genji winning in China. Yeah, all right. I don't get the meme. The cameraman. Maybe I'm out of the loop, so forgive me. Veterans tier list. I don't watch random regions. S plus S. All right. Based. And that's it. That's it. This is the finalization, guys. Obviously, like if you want to, my tier list is my tier list goes here, right? Like plain and simple. It's like, do you guys really need the visualization of it? I'm gonna show you a visualization of it. Look at that. Oh, that is good. My picture moves. Damn! All right, we've done an MSI tier list of all the tier lists. And I've already watched Kato's video, but just for the heck of it, let's put him in here. Just so, for the interaction. It gets the people going, guys. It gets the people going. We put him in double up tier for the lulz. All right. Good stuff.